Good morning, YouTube world. It's your girl Kimberly. Today we're going to talk about pruning our vegetation in the garden. Alright, looking at my okra today. I'm loving the fact that my 54 stalks of okra are doing so very well. Look at this. They're doing so good. I'm so very proud of my okra. Planted the okra on 5/2/2014, and now it's time to start pruning them. They are about, I would say, about 3 to 4 inches in height, which is great. I mean, that's not a problem, because guess what? Even at this small height of the okra, they still begin to produce the okra. Look at this. See? Right there. There's one right here. Now, you guys really have to understand something. I am a big fan of okra. Love it, love it, love it, which is why I have 54 stalks of okra. At the same time, I want to be able to comfortably harvest my okra without any issue whatsoever. I don't like a crowded garden. Even though these are planted fairly close, that's not an issue when it comes to actually harvesting the okra, because okra grows very high up on the stem. So as you can see, all these leaves here at the bottom of this one, 1, 2 on this one. This one has about 2, this one and that one, that are unnecessary. I don't like all of that. If you cut your leaves or you prune your leaves on okra or any other vegetation that you have grown in your garden, even peppers, which are right here, right next to my okra, these can be pruned. It takes a little bit longer because, you know, it's just a little bit more minute with the pepper plants, and the leaves are a lot smaller, but you're just cutting the stems off at that point versus the actual leaves. And on the jalapenos, you only want to cut the bare stems off. Nothing that, of course, that has any flowers growing on them, because, of course, what do we talk about? Flowers mean fruitage. So never cut anything that has a flower off. In regards to the okra, again, the okra grows high on the stem. And as you can see, this is the high part of the stem here. So never cut anything that has a flower next to it or the very top, because that's the main part of the okra plant. So anytime you prune your okra, always cut from the bottom. So let's go ahead and start pruning. I'm going to cut this leaf down here. No vegetation, no point in purpose. Take my scissors, cut it right off. I'm going to cut this leaf right here. No vegetation, no flower, cut it right off. Now look at this. This is a beautiful stem. I'm going to show you guys these stems, and I apologize, the sun is so bright, it's throwing a little shade on my garden. Look at this clean, beautiful stem. Beautiful. All I care about is the top part and where the fruitage is. You want to leave the top part on. Again, that's where the seeds are generated. That's where the okra comes from. That's the main part. It's like the heart of your okra plant. So never, ever, ever cut this away from your plant. You're basically just killing the plant. Never do that. And always leave the leaves, a few leaves at the top, because the leaves feed off the sun, and there has to be leaves on your plant. I'm just cutting away the unnecessary leaves below the fruitage to the ground. Again, a beautiful okra stem, clean. And as you can see, because I have my okra planted fairly close, I'm going to have no problem whatsoever when these become 7 or 6.5 feet tall, because the stems will be completely bare. And if there is some more leaves that grow, it'll be fairly easy for me to cut those off at that point. But I want to go ahead and start training these because I want the garden clean. Again, cutting the leaves off and pruning any vegetation cuts down on mold. It cuts down on bugs and disease on your plants, because they actually come from the ground and they go up and feed off of the leaves. So pruning is always a great thing to do. So let's just prune another one. We're going to look at this beautiful okra plant. Very, very beautiful. A full plant. Oh, it's great. Look at that. Beautiful plant. We're going to look at this leaf here. No point in purpose in keeping this. So we're just going to cut from the bottom cut that one off. My stem is not damaged. Still very, very beautiful. No bruising to the stem. So make sure that you are paying attention to what you're doing so you don't cut the physical stem. We're going to cut this one off. Go to the side. Perfect. And that's it. Actually, one more on this one. Here's one over here on the side. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. But here's one here on this stalk that I'm going to go ahead and cut this one off because it's not needed. My okra is growing from here up. So I don't need all these lower leaves on my okra plant. So we're going to go ahead and cut this stem off, or this leaf. Perfect. Alright, you guys. That's how you prune okra. And this is how you get a beautiful stem. Happy gardening. I love you guys. Make sure if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I will respond.